It's funny because I want to have this big, huge opening, and I want to be like, but this is how we start every fucking show.
Yeah,
laughing
it's us
at ourselves
every single time,
stuttering into the intro. But it is your favorite podcast host, and I know that you haven't said that, but I know it's the truth. We really
feel it.
2024. We know it. It's really about to give, and so we're excited to be back in our new digs.
Listen, y'all, this is our new little home right here. So please. I was trying so hard too because I was like, down goes Frazier. I'm sorry, I just yelled into that mic too. That poor man back there. I'm sorry.
Really, that's not the
sorry,
yelling.
Constantine.
Constantine, that's not the yelling I'm worried about.
No,
it's coming.
sorry.
Soon come.
Get your homework in.
This is the very first episode of season 2 of Hella Good, the podcast. Yeah. I am SK.
And I'm Soy.
We're so excited to be back. We're so excited to be sharing space in our new digs.
Yeah.
But ain't nothing changed. The goals are the same.
It's still the same as, okay? And comment down below if you've been rocking with us since
season
the
1.
The blank wall, the curtains in the background.
Ooh.
I don't know them, but
do you guys remember us sitting on the floor? Do you remember when my toe accidentally showed up?
To this day, SK will not let me know. Let me live without talking about how I let her toe slip on the internet. Because I edited that video. She was like, "How you let my toe be on the internet?"
This nigga didn't care at all.
I said,
about
"That's
me.
probably one of our most liked episodes."
No, that's when I knew that's when I knew I had to watch back everything for myself. And it's also when I was never gonna be shoeless again in front of this nigga. So here we are. Shoes. Studio.
Okay.
Digs, you know. And it's 2024. We're excited. Yeah. I think that if you have been following, you know that last year was kind of a whirlwind for us. Lots of transitions, lots of changes. Everything was new. And we really wanted to just give you guys what we had, put it out, see what the people were talking about, respond to the community, hear back from you guys. And we've been encouraged to keep going. And so we put a little money behind it.
Listen, y'all, okay? Because one thing about it, if you bet on us, we're always going to make sure to make you proud. So this is us doing that. And we're happy to be here. We're happy that y'all came over to this new year with us, really talking about a rebirth here, okay? Because this is what it's all about.
That's what this episode is about. So we're going to keep our structure, and we'll reintroduce our segments just so that we try to maintain some consistency from last time, and also, you know, put a bow on it. Make sure that we're finessing it. We're growing all the time, that we're getting better and better. So one of our first segments is What's Hella Good, and that typically is covering what happened recently, what is going on right now for us. It's the new year, so I'm sure we'll talk some resolutions. Yeah. What you got?
Let's see. What's hella good?
What's hella good?
Ooh. Okay. My birthday just passed. So 111. That's my little angel number. It was also like, okay, y'all
about that angel
y'all
number.
know. We not big on astrology like that. We getting better. I promise we're getting better. We know about rising and
also
waning, setting,
moon,
something.
Maybe.
We know it somewhat. Okay.
There's something.
But apparently it was like Capricorn's moon. And then I'm a Capricorn. Listen, somebody was like, write down all your manifestations in blue pen and a notebook. I said, say less. I just did it. Okay. So that's hella good. That's hella good news.
This nigga didn't call me. It was her birthday, so I called her. But on the first thing she said was, get a blue pen. Write your intentions down.
Okay.
I didn't. I put it in the notes app. But what matters is that I wrote them down. They're thorough. They're affirmations as though they exist already, which is really all that matters, is speaking things that aren't as though they are, right?
Exactly.
So that's what's super, super important to us this year, is kicking off a new space, giving you guys consistent episodes, getting back into our creative bags, which has been low-key flourishing. So we're looking forward to bringing you guys so much more other than just this podcast from Hella Good Company. And we're excited about this season because it really means bringing you guys more. I know you guys love us, and we love us too. We want to give you all that. But there's more perspective out there.
Absolutely.
So season 2 is all about guest interviews. And so I'm going to get into segment 2, which is Top Tier Queer.
Trademarked. Okay, thank you.
Ooh,
that's it.
Understand. Let's talk about what's new.
When you hear it, when you hear it, know that that's us. If you see somewhere else, flag it. Report them. That's not us. Okay.
Let's talk about what's new. Hashtag Top Tier Queer. If you see it anywhere else, let us know.
Okay. That's all. Keep it cute.
We are excited
Keep it
to
cute.
bring Top Tier Queer to the people. And our Top Tier Queer for our very first episode is none other. I'm gonna give you a little intro. I was gonna do a little but I wrote a little intro.
Okay.
I wrote a little intro for the kids, and it goes something like this. Best known
There you go.
For inventing the proper way to act on reality TV. She first won our hearts when she shocked the world by never once reading down her ex on Netflix's The Ultimatum, and has continued to steal every decent person's heart as she's traveled the world sharing with us the perfect blend of healing, self-awareness, and authentic style. We know now what that can do for our health and wealth. Okay? We're seeing it happen in real time. 2024's rising celesbian star. Our andro dream, the ever dapper Mal Wright is with us today. The kids is here today.
Right here. Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
Yes.
Thanks, friends.
We're so excited.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped to be here. With that beautiful entry, I feel like I should have clapped a little ass real quick, or you know what I mean? That's what I really
got on the table for us.
I wanted to. I didn't wear the right boxer briefs for that, so it's not giving loose a little, but I should have.
Not giving,
but it do. But it give.
I know what it does.
If you were questioning, it gives.
Boxer brief gal. Okay. Okay. In case you're wondering,
because we know.
Period.
We know you are.
Period.
We know you are. Nobody asks about.
I'm hyped. Wear a jock strap while you playing.
Which, knocking them out the park. I knew we were going to get greasy today.
Listen,
I wasn't sure how greasy we was going to get. But I'm glad that Mal is here and is ready to go.
Let's go.
Right.
I'm so excited. Well, Top Tier Queer is basically us shouting out someone that is black, queer, woman or non-binary, that we love, support, that we see ourselves in, or something like this. So we want to give you an opportunity. Do you have a Top Tier Queer for our first episode?
Ooh, I think the Top Tier Queers, because I can't name just one, but usually the pods that I choose to participate in, such as y'all. I've been a fan of y'all. So for today, I think my top tier queers are going to be y'all.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not going to.
Listen, I was ready if Mal said anything else.
I was prepared for whatever else, and I was going to figure out how we was going to spin it back to what was important. But this is why Mal is here.
Of course.
This is why family is here.
Cousins.
You probably didn't know.
We did actually just recently learn that I think I might be the only one on the continent. Y'all out.
We're on the islands,
right?
Yeah,
islands.
But we all started from the same place.
We all came up. Right, it's a boat ride over every time.
No matter what, we know where we started.
Okay.
I'm gonna take these off because this is giving movie director, and I think it's insane. So I want y'all to see these eyes.
Unhinged. Well, I love that. Mal, we want to talk about why you're our top tier queer.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for this.
Really? We can gas you up.
We don't play.
Of course.
We're always in
the bouquet's in the bag. Don't worry.
Yeah. Nobody is just here just because. I think that it's really important that whoever is sitting across from us is somebody that we actually value. Yes. Is somebody that is a top tier queer, is showing up, is showing out, is being a representative.
In all ways.
In ways we didn't even know we needed.
Exactly.
Which we'll get into. So, why is Mal your top tier queer, Soy?
This is slam dunk for me, literally. No, for me, it's just seeing how Mal embodies what it means to be transformative in every way. For me, particularly fashion. I feel like you have kind of set the tone for how to age, in a way that, I don't know, I feel like there's no lane. You're in your own lane in a way.
I love that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's no lane right now that exists that I feel like someone is touching you. No offense. Sorry. Ooh, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Not gonna make me cry. I didn't expect.
Listen, I read that GQ article top to bottom, and I said, wow. I was just taken back because I feel like they're getting it right with the representation. It's not just because of someone doing something ridiculous and happening to be this person and okay, let's just write about them. But truly, I feel like you embody a lot of what, first gen Black, queer, mass-presenting, andro-presenting people kind of have to go through in life that, nobody really has to see the back end of. And, you're doing it in a way that's so graceful that it's not anything but top tier. Queer.
That's top tier. That was top tier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think that when I got introduced to The Ultimatum and essentially to Mal, because that's why we continue to watch The Ultimatum. When that happened, I was personally in a massive transition, which I don't even think what I was looking at was resonating. It just felt like I just need to put some trash TV on at the time, and I was more going through all these different things. And I think seeing somebody who also was going through so much, but was handling it with such grace was strange. I'm not even gonna say it was new for me. It was weird. It was this nigga ain't getting mad. But because this nigga's not responding in any way that was familiar to first what we're used to seeing of Black folks on TV, but any way that I would have reflected. You know, like, it was really strange to see so much emotional intelligence, and we'll get into it later, but I think that, like, that was helpful for me when I was going through such a transformative time, because I am, and I'm getting better all the time, a very reactive person. Something happens to me, y'all gonna know it happened. I'm gonna talk about it. In a week, I might talk about it again. And in a week after that, the jokes will be, somebody give me a mic, right? Because I'm going to need to. Yeah. And we watched you handle something so transformative, as important as love and relationship, with such grace, without the reactiveness, without running down on Sam. Like, nothing. Listen. We watched just composure and beauty, and it was really hard. Yeah, it was a weird thing to see. So for me, that was huge during the transition that I was in. And I think that we just want to dig in a little bit more about what that looks like for you, what you have transitioned into or are trying to transition into, or if we're just constantly evolving. Like, is it a transition? Does transition mean that it's complete? Right. You know,
no.
Is
it ever evolving?
Yeah.
I think it's ever evolving. I mean, of course, I haven't made it to the end of life yet.
Yeah. There you go.
Knock on wood. But I haven't made it to the end of life yet, so I can't speak on if I'm done transitioning, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's ever evolving, and I think life experience will have you react to things different, and different scenarios will have you react to things different. You know, I can't say that if I were in a situation right now, I'm in a room full of people that look like me, right? Black people that look like me that are also queer. And I can't say that if somebody came in here other and or just threatening, I wouldn't react in a way that's, you might not see Mal that's like, hey, let's talk it through and hear it, because I feel the need to protect y'all, right, in a different way. But I think in relationship, to give context, my partner at the time and I had been in therapy weekly for a year and a half.
Got it.
Or year and a half. So using language and talking through really like uncomfortable things was very normal to do.
You've done the work.
Yeah. And we're in this, there's the media aspect of things, right? I didn't know what cast would look like until the first time you see us show up and we're at this, like, you know, the host is like explaining the concept and all the couples are paired. That's the first time I saw the cast.
Wow.
So immediately, for the most part, I've always been a pretty even keel person for the most part. But then in that moment, I'm like, oh, you know, I think we're taught to gather data really fast. And I'm like, shit, I'm the only Black person here, right? Yes, there's other people of color. And yes, I think there are similar plights. But there's no plight
not the
like
yours.
the Black plight.
Not the same.
And I'm mask presenting.
There you go.
And so it's like, I don't know if it's a double plight, but it's like, not only do y'all view me as this Black woman, and I'm thinking they're going to wait for like the angry Black woman moment.
Oh, absolutely.
But you also view me as a Black man.
Yeah. Right. Now
right?
You have,
as soon as you put the masculine in it, that's
right.
It gives them an opportunity to play on both sides.
Right.
Whatever they're feeling in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
so, and I'm like, I'm hoping that my partner is also gathering data the same way and is like, how do I keep this Black woman as my partner protected?
There you go.
So it's just, my mind, survival kicks in, right? And my mind is just like, okay, how is this going to look? And let me be very cognizant of what happens and really, really sit with whatever's happening around me and respond like the best way that I can. Let me function from my best self, my highest self.
So it was you telling yourself,
moments. I'm
going to go into this space and be my best Black self in front of these cameras. I'm going to make sure I don't act out, or is it that I have been doing this work? This is the time to show that I don't have to act out. I think also doing the work, you don't know what is going to happen, right? Yeah. So, but when you're dealing with your relationship, your romantic relationship with somebody that you thought you were going to marry, with all these other things mixed in, and we're all going through the same thing at the same time, I think, I can't speak for anybody else, but I think as Black women, we're already thinking like, how do I protect my family and whoever I'm here with in this 100%. Safe?
Yeah. You're being considerate of everyone and everything.
Always.
Okay.
Listen,
it's always going to be a full circle moment.
Even the way that you said when you walked in, you're immediately taking note, right? Is that, what did you say? There was a
gathering data.
Yeah.
That was the best way I've ever heard it.
Yeah, that's 100%.
I walk in any space, and that's the first thing that I'm doing.
Oh my gosh.
Not because I want to.
No.
It's important for my safety.
It's a survival tactic.
It's a survival tactic. Be it social survival, whatever it is, it's a survival tactic.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, and then you get thrown in this situation and scenarios. Things happen, and you're like, oh, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm by myself.
Right.
Who do I talk to about this?
Yeah.
Productionism is great as they can be, and also they might not understand to the degrees that I understand my experience.
What is actually happening. Yeah.
Right? My partner is now in this situation. They don't really understand from my perspective either, which I thought that they would, but they don't, because nobody can be a black woman but me.
Right. Yeah.
And so, and then it's like, and at the same time, I completely understand what it's like to be super enthralled and feeling like, the first week of meeting somebody that you're dating, you're like, oh my God, this is the best person ever.
Yep.
I found them.
Yep.
And I know what my partner's dating history is.
Listen.
So to me, what I'm seeing is a coming back home for her.
Okay, you said, show me the Carfax.
This is you going back home.
I remember you saying it on the show, like, that's kind of your
track record.
That is
it.
Kind of
your Steve.
Right.
And now I'm in a situation.
Right. Yeah. And so what do I do?
Yeah.
Right. What I am, because of therapy, is I can identify quickly that I'm hurt, and I have language to explain what I'm going through. When people are reactive, I think it's just because they don't have language to express what they're going through.
I agree.
So
100%.
I agree and disagree. I've been having a language. But now my body, what's happening to me? I'm swinging.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. What's happening? No, I'm just kidding. But no, but I mean,
here I am. I'm like, well, yes. And also,
also valid.
But sometimes it's like, I don't want to be reactive, and some things are just out of your control. But I do understand the idea of like learning.
Yeah.
Right? There's something about being first generation from Africa or the islands or something like that, where we are taught, like we literally operate all the time considering what is going on around us so that we can make the best decisions.
Yep. And make the best impression.
There you go.
That,
because it's always outward facing and how people are received.
Right.
It's always.
And the impression is almost taught to be more important.
It's more important.
You always put that above.
Ooh, what do they think of you?
Listen.
And I think you're right about the conversation about, Black American queer people, and then people born of,
first gen. And I think I was reading something, and they were saying that basically our parents' absolute best for how they could bring us up is basically our floor. So like we have to make a new ceiling for our kids. And I was just like, whoa, that took me back, because I was like, that's literally so true. Yeah. Because I know like our parents tried their absolute best. In their eyes, they did way more than their parents did. But it's like, that's still our floor. That's our floor now, though. And we're literally trying to get a whole new ceiling.
And it's not just a ceiling of like the American dream, right? Because for my parents, the American dream was money and land, right? Like being able to be successful here, which you could never have done, or whatever, in whatever way that looks like for them. But like also like emotional capacity, like growing a human that operates outside of just need and like capitalism. Like we're missing the mark a little bit, right? We don't really care about those things at all. I told my mom I wanted to study dance. I mean, she was like,
but how does that go pay your bills?
What degree will you be going for when I pay for this degree? It's gonna need to be something real.
No, I thought I wanted to be a barber bad. I was cutting my dad's hair, my homies.
You told your parents that?
I was like, and then
why was you doing
in the garage
when you was doing it in the garage?
Correct. And my mom was like, that's not what you're doing. You got the guidance counselor involved. Got to guide her. Got a doctor involved. Something's going on with her. She's not okay.
They don't. Something's not. It's not computing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut hair and do what?
Right.
I said I wanted to be an interior designer. My dad was like,
"Excuse me."
So y'all think y'all Bill Gates? He said everybody can't be Bill Gates.
So funny.
Y'all need to go to school and get a real. I mean, you like that. Bill Gates doesn't do interior design. You just like. My dad
Bill Nye.
He's like, y'all can't. Everybody can't be entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
You need to go do what the white man's telling you. Like that's what they came here for. Don't you want to align yourself? You know what I mean? And the answer is no. My name is.
Okay. Ooh, child. Ooh.
What's your name?
Say, okay, not your name.
Okay.
Not mine.
Right.
But my parents did a lot for us to assimilate.
Yeah. Same.
I think it's it's
my sisters are Ashley, Audrey. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna spare myself. And like but they really care a lot about what the impression.
Yeah. How you present to the world.
Like.
Yeah.
How you represent them. How you represent the community.
Yeah.
It's so much.
And they don't know that though.
Yeah. No, to them it's
no. They think that's natural.
Yeah,
they're like,
just worked
duh.
hard. Yeah, we just came here to work hard. No. Well, let me not, because my mom will be watching. So let me just chill out. Let me relax, because my mom watches.
Okay. Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom.
Sorry, Mommy.
Let me see where we going.
Love you, Mommy.
That's so funny.
Okay.
Okay, well, do you feel like there are any parallels from your life before this? And I don't want to say corporate or your relationship, but just
whatever you feel
general,
like.
Yeah, in general, do you feel like there are parallels to what you're doing now and how you're operating now in your what we like to think of as your fullness? I'm not here to tell your story, but we love Mal.
I don't know. I think that's a hard question for me to answer, because so much of my identity was wrapped up in the job that I held before, right? Yeah. And so I no longer work for this company. I was in leadership for 10 years in HR and project management and just different, positions there. And so now I don't work for them, and now I'm recognizing how much of my identity was linked to the job and the title and the things that I did. Mm-hmm. So I think the parallel that I see right now is I do have the language, and I have like business acumen as a creative to be able to speak in rooms and like afford myself opportunities, because they're like, oh, you get it on 2 different levels. Hence how I ended up on cast, and now I'm in casting for new shows, and I understand language and like where we need to make change and what framework looks like, and I get that part. So that's the parallel that I see. But I don't know, in trying to rebuild identity and not let it be wrapped around job and competency and whatever fake metric we make up to contribute to capitalism and all these things. If I'm honest, I don't really know. I would like that not to be the parallel. Yeah. Like, I want to do different. Yeah. But I'm just like, this is what I know. I'm good at concept.
Yeah. I would like for that to not be the parallel. Listen, honey, that was a word.
That was
the biggest transition. I think the big thing that has happened for me in the last few months is I owned a company for 6 years and recently decided to sell it. Me and my business partner were no longer aligned, or that I wanted to do more of the things that make me happy. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be more happy. And I think that it wasn't until you just said that I'm like, I think that I still, even maybe subconsciously, constantly am comparing that parallel. Even though I'm like, I'm so gone from that shit. I'm a new person. Yeah. Nigga pants is real baggy now, bitch. I'm feeling like I'm completely different aesthetically, in tech, and the things I'm reading. Like I just feel so far gone from that, but I'm still comparing it to that. Yeah. It's the wildest thing.
No, it's that.
I didn't even think about it until you're saying it now. It's like, goddamn.
I'm in project management too. No. So it's interesting that there's no escape. No escape. But I mean, let's get Big Brother over here talking about corporate. Capitalism, right? Because it's like no matter what you do, like eventually it's gonna tie back to something. But I don't know. I feel like I'm currently in corporate. I'm in the corporate grind right now. Project management and architectural design. So it's just one of those things where it's like I also like really struggle with trying to like defer my identity, like from as a creative versus like I am a creative, but I'm just in this very like polished role that like doesn't really require a lot of creativity, more so just like my brain, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like just watching you navigate yourself in a arena that was not a meeting or conference room, right? That it's like I was like, wow, this was amazing as to like how you could be faced with so many different like situations and still turn around and everyone's like, oh, wow, that was handled so well. And I was just like, I just felt like such a parallel. It was crazy. I don't know. But I feel like how you're making this pivot in like what it is that you're doing now that you're in casting, kind of having someone with your mindset, skill set in the room is going to make all the difference for like, and I know what you're saying, like it's the small part for like capitalism, but like, I feel like it's going to make a difference in a lot of the futures of people that you end up casting or end up guiding or kind of massaging the brains of people you work around, right? To get like, oh, okay, I can see this from a different point of view, because you're just kind of getting in there and like, putting different feelers out and making sure people understand things from a different perspective, because no one ever takes the time to like take the extra step and think. Yeah, I agree.
Do you feel like there was something that has
You start that question again. Just so there's not the big pause. The big pause is there.
Was there something big that happened after, and not necessarily personally, but just that made you leave that? your career and like make this big pivot?
I mean,
or did things just fall into place?
Nothing big. I think things just fell into place. So to your point, yeah, you do filming and then production, or I'm sorry, the show doesn't release. Ours didn't release for like a year and a half, closer to the 2-year mark.
Oh, wow.
Which is longer than a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And I think, sorry,
my
nasal.
Yeah.
I'm not crying, don't worry. I think that.
She lives in LA now.
Yeah.
Right? I think that.
Just kidding. A joke.
Right? Don't say that.
A joke.
Right.
I know.
I don't.
Back up. Go ahead.
I don't go skiing, so it's
Ooh, child.
snowboard.
Ooh, child.
The sport.
Surfboard.
What we're saying. I do think it did take a long time for the show to actually come out, right? Production took a while. And I think they were just trying to figure out the best way to launch this very queer show. Queer under the guise of heteronormativity, but that's a whole
right, okay, because
that's a whole different conversation, which I understand.
Like, guy, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You're correct.
Listen, I took what I could. Last real queer show I remember being on TV was what? Last Shot with Tila Tequila or something. Okay.
That's our girl.
Me too. I was rooting for Danny.
Oh, we love Danny.
Okay.
Yeah. Danny was the firefighter?
Yes.
Danny, wherever you at.
And won.
We still thinking about you.
Funny.
She's saved now, but it's okay. We enjoyed
Wait a
her while
minute.
she had
I
her.
mean, Tila Tequila came out later, said she was gay for pay. She said she never liked anybody.
She's saved now.
And she's definitely very
She's saved.
January 6th-ish. We're going to leave her out of our conversation. Look here, Tila.
She had her moment.
You came and you left, and
her moment.
we thought you was here first, but you wasn't. And it's like Stacey Dash all over. We don't need that kind of content.
That's Stacey Dash.
All over. It was like the queer Stacey Dash.
I can't.
What is happening?
Let's see, what else?
You didn't expect that.
We're not exposing.
Listen.
You didn't expect that change.
Wait, what was your question? Wait, did we answer the question?
Was there a question?
I don't know. That was the last time that we.
Did you ask a question?
You asked about.
This is literally how we be.
You did.
You answered. No, you answered that
you
one.
talked about it. You talked about yes, and under the guise of heteronormativity. That's what really sent us over. Is like they definitely still paired everyone up.
Right.
They still made it palatable so that people understood.
Well, because guess who? A lot of the viewers straights.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Let's see how they living over there.
I was gonna say how the numbers work out. Were they more straight viewers than gay?
I cannot say how the numbers worked out because that is proprietary information.
That makes sense.
We can assume.
However,
but we can assume.
I think that a lot. I know that I think.
I know that I would consider. Yeah.
That a lot of the viewers were hetero, which is wonderful because
watch your horizon. Learn some things.
And tell your friends and say like, oh yeah, I like those gays. They're normal.
Take those prejudices and put them in the pocket. Save them for later or never.
Yeah, I think that for us, for sure, and we can get off of the show and just kind of talk about your transition in general. But I think that what the show did for us was really highlight what we have not seen on reality TV ever, which is Black people.
Person.
Right. Because it wasn't but the one. Wasn't but the one.
It's a mic in the eye. I can't even see straight.
And operate as a human who could consider. Like, right? Could take a moment. Could consider the feel. I mean, every scene I can remember us screaming like, Mal can see them. Mal can see them. Why? We were so reactive. Like, why isn't she responding? And it was just such an amazing way. And then afterwards, when you would get back and you would talk about, like, you just had such good language about what you were feeling that you could separate, compartmentalize from what was happening, that you could compartmentalize, like, maybe what that person was feeling. Right. And I think that it is the reason I tell every person in my immigrant family to go the fuck to therapy.
Oh, I was gonna
say. You have to.
It's the reason I'm like, work. I can't have this conversation with you because what I know is there is a comma in the receipt of the therapy I've invested in.
Okay.
Which means I'm not in a space to
I've
go back
and
forth with
I've
you.
done the work. I'm not going to talk to someone that
have you had that experience where it's like, I'm now talking to brick walls. Like, I've done all this work. I've become this healed person, or at least somebody who can look at myself, stand outside and, like, look at the circumstance and, like, see how I'm handling people or how people are handling me and respond with, like, you know, human reaction or a wholesome response instead. And how do you handle having those conversations with people who haven't taken the time to do the work?
I mean, at the end of it all, I love you, and I always move from that space. I really do love you, and everybody doesn't have access. Like, we have to also talk about the privilege of having. Yes, we are 100%. Black, but we have the privilege of having access and deciding, like, where we want to exercise that privilege. Like, some of us want to go out and do a drug or two, and some of us decide, I'm done with that. I want to do therapy. However, however it looks, or both. if we have the funds.
Or both.
Right. And I also don't think nobody's like healed, right? Like I think we're always healing because I have this lifelong of trauma and I want to work through it.
Yeah.
And I want to be the best. I always call like in this world of civilization, we're all just like roommates, right? On this one planet that we share. And I want to be the best roommate that I can be to all of y'all, even assholes. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say roommates can be terrible though.
They can be.
They can be disgusting.
But we still got to share this planet. Like we still have to. And so how do I equip myself with the best language I can? Therapy, I think, is just to equip people with language.
Yeah.
And like get down to what you're actually feeling.
Yeah.
And if we can talk about that, you can face yourself and I can face myself and I can hold empathy. Or maybe I don't really fucking understand what you're going through at all. Don't get it. Yeah. But you've told me what it is and I can do what I want with that information. I can like move away from you and be like, okay.
Right.
Can't deal.
Give me the opportunity.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
You know, but we can have really, what we're not doing enough of is having honest conversations about where we're at and how we feel. And giving grace for that to change because it does. Yeah. We change every day.
Listen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
I feel like I rambled through that.
No, that was so beautifully, like, it's like almost like second nature, clearly, which I love.
When they talk about this, they don't know ain't nobody setting up the jokes. You take it so serious. You take the conversation.
Are we going too far?
It's like I'm cracking jokes, and this nigga's like, and at the end, we all should become a better Earth. Well, fuck.
Well, we only got the one Earth to live on.
Right, and it's falling apart already.
It's gone. It's done, baby.
We got wildfires every weekend.
It's trash. We in California. This thing gonna break off soon enough.
Listen, just get ready for them. Just get ready for them earthquake scares, okay? Because that thing that's not cute.
That's the most.
Let your house sway one time.
Let me just say that was the most East Coast shit you could have ever said.
Oh yeah. And I'll say to my earthquake kit in the trunk. Fuck you mean?
So what do you mean earthquake kit?
Exactly. Because you gotta have fresh drinking water.
No. You're from Anaheim. Don't let these niggas give you too much. They're just not from here.
Oh.
Whenever I was literally standing in my house. I watched us do like this.
Mm-hmm. Good for you.
And we laughed about it. 5 minutes later, my neighbor came out screaming like, "Did y'all feel the earth?" And I was like, "Where are you from?"
No. I felt it too, and immediately put my earthquake insurance on my damn renter's insurance. Like, I immediately put my earthquake insurance on. What do you mean?
You're crazy.
But what if your neighborhood break off? You gonna make an insurance claim?
I'm gonna have whenever they piece it back together, just know my Ferrari was in that house. My boat was in that
all kind of shit. I just got the Apple.
Okay, Soy's elitist. Soy's clearly elitist, and so we see what's happening here. Wow. Not making a claim.
Listen, no, because when we're all in the woods and we have no clean drinking water, guess who's gonna have those life straws that can suck over the zombie swamp water?
Hey, I bang with a life straw. I'm not gonna hold you.
Life straws are wild.
The granola bitch in me.
Okay.
I love Seattle.
You
down.
got a little,
the granola bitch in me.
You got a little granola in you.
And my toe feet things.
Period.
I got those.
Because I drive a Subaru, baby.
Ooh.
I don't know if I should have went hard on that way.
I was about to say, you really gave hard. This nigga keep a carabiner on her too.
And do.
I do.
That's really.
And keep a carabiner too. We're gonna have to bring you back over to this side.
I like where it's at.
Ooh! That's why you keep getting. Let me shut up.
I put a little hot sauce on my granola. Okay.
There you go.
I don't.
I was about to say,
that was a stretch.
Just a little adobo.
I went too hard.
A little adobo.
Okay.
Reeling it in. Because sometimes if you take it too far, we're never gonna get it back.
Someone's gonna be like.
The comments are gonna just be about hot sauce.
Someone will be waiting outside your hotel one time with hot sauce in one hand and the granola in the. True. I'm ready for you.
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
In your earthquake pack, your end of the world pack, what are you packing? But make it black.
Oh, make it black. I thought you were gonna say make it gay. The strap. I was so ready. I was in the camera like this.
She said the strap. I can't.
You know how much it means to me.
You know,
let's focus.
You loved it.
We got a pack. We got the essentials here. We got the essentials.
I do.
We should talk about it. That's so cool.
We should talk about it. How greasy are we getting today?
Right.
I feel like nobody gets to get me real greasy, and so I feel like.
So you gonna give it to the kids?
I might.
You gonna give it to the kids?
It's like
give us to the cousins.
Where I'm at, cause y'all my cousins.
The question we already know is boxer briefs. Okay, now we want to know what you're putting in them. What?
Okay, that was a hard pivot. We were talking about our survival packs, and we went straight to dicks, and that's insane.
Survival. Listen, the fuck?
Mom, don't watch.
Survival. Okay. Yeah, we'll put a little notice.
Yeah, Mom, this is where you stop watching.
Yeah. You know what though?
I'll tell her when to skip to.
My mom's my girl. I know y'all heard her on speakerphone earlier. And quick story: one time she was helping me move, and a dick fell out of. Excuse me.
There you go.
Well, yeah,
You don't have to.
we're
That's
here.
what it is.
It fell out of the trash, and she saw it, rolled a little bit, and we just both. I looked at her and I said, "That is not mine," and she asked no questions. My dog picked it up, put it in the trash, kept it moving.
Okay,
that's my girl.
She picked it up.
Keep it going.
She did. Because I was like, "Mommy, that's not mine."
I
don't know how they got there.
Not that.
Mommy, that is not mine.
We were listening to Queerly Blacks and heard how your dad walked in on you on your knees. So how you gonna throw your hands up like this?
You are ridiculous for bringing that up.
How you gonna throw your hands up like this?
I'm done. Thank you.
Sunglasses back on.
Like this.
Sunglasses back on.
I'm a grown woman, but I don't have a clue.
I've never seen that in my life.
That's so
my penis. That's crazy.
Not even my skin tone.
A degenerate.
Okay.
A degenerate. A lowlife. What is going on?
A lowlife.
All right, what's in our end of the world pack?
Yeah,
but make it black edition.
But make it black, not gay.
And make it first gen.
Ooh.
The bouillon cube is. I'm just kidding.
Right? I say my adobo because one thing about it, if I'm gonna have to eat some rabbit, I'm just gonna have to throw that on. And I'm vegan. I have to work it out.
Okay, let me think.
Cornmeal porridge.
Okay. Right.
Cornmeal, cream of wheat.
Okay.
Cream of wheat will
stay in the cabinet.
What else?
Farina that will hold you.
Come on.
The people are not going to know what we're talking about.
They won't.
They're not going to know what we're talking about.
But those that know.
But I'm going to stick with the cassava.
Welcome to Fresh Off the Boat.
I'm going to stick with the
cassava's
cassava
good
for sure. This is wild. This is the most foreign
ever.
Well, Google it.
Good. There we go.
Get you a first gen girl.
Ooh. Okay. Do it better.
Because they consider it.
Ooh. So consider it.
If they go do it nothing. They're going to
consider you.
They're going to think about you.
And everybody in the family.
They're going to think about you.
And your friends.
And your mama.
Okay.
All in.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are.
The best.
Okay, what's in yours? Oh, we named them. We're going
cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat. We're going to get the whole.
Yeah, no, you're getting the breakfast special.
Okay, so it sounds like we got a lot.
Because it lasts a long time.
Cream of wheat. I'll keep saltfish then. Yeah. Gotta put that in there.
But saltfish does act a long time.
Because we just going to boil bits by bits, day by day.
But ackee is poisonous. It can be.
Oh, good to know.
When you fresh pick it off the tree. Why am I talking like this? When you fresh pick it.
Okay, the accent. Ridiculous. I'm waiting for this. I've been waiting
for this. That's what time it is.
When you pick it off the tree and you first. All right, Jamaicans, relax. Don't eat me up on this because I'm not completely sure, but I think.
Okay.
And you bust it open.
Okay.
The gas that emits from it is poisonous.
Oh, good to know.
Good. So when the zombies come, we can just and then run. It's fine.
Or you throw them.
Oh, they're
weapons.
weapons.
And then maybe a food eventually.
As soon as it hits, yeah, they die. But then we go back and collect our broken up.
Nice.
Stay tuned for our sci-fi
A machete,
series,
by the way. We also are keeping a machete on deck. Always.
I feel like Americans are quick to I said Americans like that. My bad.
I mean,
wow.
We are all Americans here.
I mean,
that's not gonna make it.
No, I mean, come over. I feel like some people choose to do a baseball bat all the time as their weapon of choice, like in their house. A machete is always going to be.
I've never lived a life without a machete in our house. Yeah, that's not even.
Did y'all always have a machete in your house?
Yes,
me too.
And I knew exactly where it was.
Yes. A couple of them.
Yes, multiple.
One's rusty. Why did one be rusty?
In the case.
Because what was y'all doing? Y'all was really cutting sugar cane. Why did y'all bring this?
And then we eat the sugar cane?
Right.
That's insane tetanus. Are y'all serious?
Our mouths are,
No, nothing can convince me
up from the sugar
that
cane.
We're not immune to tetanus because of the things that I've eaten. And I'm like, that
was
a rusty knife.
Wait. So one of my friends just told me about something. One of my American friends just told me about something called ricin that grows on rice that's been out. Or it's been in the fridge for more than a day or 2 days?
Yes, 2 days is the max. What? Or if it's been on the counter at room temp for more than like an hour.
There's never been a time in my life.
No. Wait, what are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said to her. I said, we're not believing your conspiracies.
If you leave rice on the counter for an hour, go to hell. It's never going to happen.
We make rice and peas on Sunday, and it's lasting the week.
I'm eating it every day.
Every day.
The peas, they offset the rice in my mind.
My mom says the same thing. Once you put salt on the rice can't die.
I never had ricin. What does that even mean?
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know
it's some kind of mold or something they talk about.
I never saw it. I never saw it.
I don't know her.
Is it visible to the eye?
I can't see it.
I can't.
Because the only mold I care about is green. It gotta have fuzz. Otherwise, it don't count.
It gotta have fuzz.
And I mean, I might pull that piece off. Like, don't play. Ooh. I'm African. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about it because I feel like y'all acting like y'all didn't do that or your families didn't, and they did.
No,
and they
did. That to me.
And that's not
And
that's not a first gen American thing. Nothing. I think.
No, I think
people of color were doing that across the board.
Stop.
Yeah, cut it. And if you eat butt, then you definitely cut the mold off.
Because
talk about it.
I'm trying to figure out why you think one is worse than the other.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because mold can make penicillin. Okay, it'll save a life, bitch. Eating ass is not. What?
Period. Talk about it.
What are you doing?
Listen.
What are you doing down here?
This has been a public service announcement. Just in case y'all wonder what we going through here, okay? Just
not my
y'all
foot.
Know.
I'm aggravated. So
Right.
going.
How dare they say the rice ain't good no more after the week?
Y'all playing.
Island ass
2 days after.
I can't believe that.
Also, that can't be true. You know how many people that be in the gym doing their meal preps do rice for the whole week? How? They're all alive? They're all alive.
If that was the case, Europeans would have got to the continent of Africa. Like,
they wouldn't have made it.
Wouldn't have been able. They wouldn't have done it. It's an impossibility. Literally, it's like
they wouldn't have made it.
I'm taking this back to my friend that said this.
Counter.
I said blasphemy. I'm not listening to anymore.
Look at this episode. Bye.
Yeah, and what?
Debunked.
And what?
Call us Mythbusters.
Put it in the trash.
You throw away all that rice.
You put it the whole thing. That would have been the last day I ever spoke to them.
Period.
It'd have been the last day you ever seen me. I can't really take a nigga throw their food out too much. It's like, okay. I hate a nigga that's gonna tell you that it's children in Africa starving because there's no way I can get this plate to them. But what I'm trying to get at is like,
I never thought about it.
I hated it. Like
my mother used to say that to me.
Everybody, it's like so I'm gonna mail it and then
what can I do
the rice
about
is bad with whatever you just said.
Rice.
There you go. Right. By the time they open it up, it's a fresh batch of racism.
It's racism is on it.
Racism is crazy. What this is racism.
Yeah. Okay. Discriminating.
It feels like you're trying to push your racism on us, and we don't apply. It doesn't apply.
I love that. I'm gonna put on a hoodie.
I don't like it.
That's it.
I don't like.
If there's anybody out there though that has suffered from anything ricin adjacent, we are deeply, deeply sorry because
we're not making fun.
A joke right now, but it's because we are likely ignorant and we don't know enough about ricin and what it causes. So we are sorry.
Or our immigrant stomachs have made it so that we can't value that thought process. The evidence shows me that's not real. My evidence. I'm not saying what can happen for you. My parents are in Africa right now. My parents literally got malaria.
If you guys want to cancel anybody, it's them because I already said my apology.
Anything can happen is what I'm saying.
I'm actually
Anything
agreeing
can
with
happen.
Mal. Thank you.
Thank you.
You said what?
I agree with Mal. Thank you. The disclaimer applies to right here. It's falling.
It's falling. Okay. We was getting greasy though. You know, I'm always gonna go back to that bag.
Grease it up. Let's go.
I'm gonna go back to that bag in the bag at the end of the world or at the end of the zombie apocalypse, whatever.
Listen.
If you had a day left and this was important, I'd like to know what would be more important.
What or what?
It wasn't a real conversation. It wasn't a real scene.
Is that the question?
I want to know what happened just now.
What are we talking about?
I was so trying to pick up on it. I'm trying to pick up.
If what happened?
Bring me along.
Bring me along. I was saying, I don't know, zombie apocalypse is the end of the world. We packing this bag. What's the one?
Talk about that movie, that Netflix thing, where the world was
ending. I didn't watch it. Okay, I know you sat up and watched it. Did you see it? End of the world? Like it's a whole thing right now.
What the hell was the name of the thing?
I don't know, but it's a big end of the world movie happening right now on Netflix.
And like it was produced
by apparently the Obamas gave them a lot of insight from the White House about like things that have been classified for a long time. So they feel like the movie is meant to be an actual depiction, a warning of some sort. But everybody gets to the end and they're like, I wasted 2 hours. Or they go to the fucking grocery store right then. Yeah. I have seen no minimum. I have it's either I don't care or I've stocked up. Here is my wireless radio.
At the end of it all, that might be the name of it. The end of it all or something like that. Oh my.
Leave the world. But thank you.
All right, Sayla.
No, that's okay. We're going to mic you next time.
You have to come back.
Why is it?
We're going to mic you next time.
I just want to know, as Black people, why is it so cold in here? As immigrants, I think it's insane. But I mean, not a big deal. Whatever. I never walked into one of my homes with air conditioning blasting like this.
No,
never felt it. This is new for me.
Window gonna be open.
Let me tell you.
They done got to LA and they done got different. Oh.
Listen, LA is immune to any kind of discomfort.
Are you cold?
Can we lower it down a little
bit? It's okay.
Yeah. Where's
not
the
a big deal.
thermostat?
You're also drinking that. Maybe you need to drink it faster so that it can hit you. But it's cold to the touch. It's one of those catch-22.
Right, because you feel like my hands
you got to hold it,
so.
to get there. But once you get there, hopefully it warms you up.
Listen.
Okay, I have so many questions, but
What's the question? Because you're not asking it.
I'm trying my best without being too greasy.
Ooh.
I'm not trying to slip around.
Get greasy. Just start at the bottom. Here's what I think. Ooh, I don't know if I could say that.
I would say start at the bottom.
Just start at the bottom.
Say what you were going to say.
Just start at the bottom.
I feel like where you were going was the right answer, and then I'm going to riff your bit.
I think just start at the bottom. Like almost, we don't, reality TV can be kind of trashy, and I think that sometimes you just start at the bottom, and then you leave so much runway to go up.
Room to keep going.
Can't go nowhere from up. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So get greasy. And if we don't answer, we don't answer it.
That's it. Keep it cute.
You have my phone. I was going to say, I did get some questions from some people, but I think more than anything, the big question is obviously.
No. Next.
No. But I'm
That's
Tell me.
No,
I have to play with my cousins. I gotta play with my cousins.
That was it.
Call my mom. No, she just did that to me. I can't believe it.
The answer is no.
Immediately no.
In a world where every woman wants you, how do you decide what stands out?
Ooh. What are the qualifications to even
what stands out?
Be in the running?
See, y'all ask these questions and I get super serious.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. Hold on. Wrong answers only.
Ooh, come on, help us out. Thank you.
That's insane.
Check unhinged. So it's technically unhinged.
I want to answer the hinge one first.
Okay.
And I don't know. First of all, I don't know that. The question is just set up a little.
Well, it's definitely gassing you. This person clearly has a perspective.
Yeah.
And obviously, we all are prepared to tongue kiss you. So it's kind of true. What's the tea? How do you decide? Who do you decide? Who's getting kissed
I love
today?
that me and Soy just made eye contact and looked away fast. We're like,
I don't know.
Oh,
is she into it? I don't know.
I might. I don't know.
What I wouldn't pay.
Who's the top and the bottom?
Right,
what I wouldn't pay. I'm just like this.
And then we make out.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. I think
all the kids like you, how do you choose?
While working through, I'm obviously actively working through things, healing, trauma, all the things. And in real life, as a Black woman, I think I am deeply, deeply concerned with if somebody understands how to keep me protected.
Yeah.
And like the nuances of protecting me. And I don't know if that's fair or not to anybody, but to anybody non-Black. But I'm like, can you keep me protected? And when we're in certain spaces that might be nuanced, what are you going to do? Because, baby.
I mean,
and
it's so nuanced, especially if you're giving anything that feels mask or andro, because a lot of people have the notion that they are meant to be protected by you. Right. That there isn't. Like, what protecting would I even be doing just based off what you're wearing? I've assumed that this is a new scenario. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how do you how are you when you encounter scenarios like that?
Well, I think if it's I have and I remember a scenario with an ex where we were walking across the street and there was a car that was in a crosswalk, right? They got too far into the crosswalk. And the person I was dating at the time slapped the car, right? And they're non-Black. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I look at them, I'm like, are you prepared to have you ever got your ass beat? Is the first question. Yeah. Hey, and also, are you prepared to fight? Because why would you do that?
Right.
Correct.
And why would you do that on my Black ass mask presenting body?
Here.
Right.
Because I don't trust people, and people they're not going to get mad at you. They're always going to escalate
automatically.
At me.
They feel threat, and then they're going to want to bring it there.
Right.
Like, are you prepared to go there with me?
Right.
Are we there
Is
together?
Is that why you're doing that, or do you feel so protected that you feel like you could do that shit with me standing right here because you think what?
Possibly, but I think amongst the masks that this person had previously dated, I'm like, we don't look the same, so you clearly couldn't be ready to protect me because that is an insane situation to put me in, and it's just not necessary.
There you go. Going
all
out
you
of
gotta
your
do
way.
is walk around.
Right. Yeah. Going out of your way.
We don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
They didn't almost hit you.
Yeah.
None of that. And I think at the moment they didn't understand that either.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, I didn't even think about it that way. So now I'm like, can you protect me? Can you keep me protected? Because I need you to think 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
That's situational awareness. That's it's everything. It's making sure that when you're navigating a space, whether it's crossing the street or entering a space that's maybe a little off-putting, and just making sure that you're keeping your head on a swivel too. Don't make me carry that emotional burden of like having to make sure I'm good in every corner.
Yeah. And there's discernment that I can't explain to you, and only like we understand, right? There are certain spaces that I'm not showing. I can't go to every single protest about Blackness. That's not. There are ones where we know we should be at, and there are ones where we're like,
that's not for me. I have support from here. Yeah.
And don't ask me to come to it with you.
Yeah.
You need to go.
Yeah. You'll be safe there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm thinking about in dating now is how do you keep me protected? And do you have the awareness? And or if you don't, because it's not your lived experience, do you have the right questions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. And are you going out of your way to learn
those things?
Yeah. It's like, hey, in this situation, are we okay? Do you feel okay? Constantly checking in. I feel like it's just something that is taking the extra step, right? It's just something that simple that can make all the difference.
Yeah.
And that's natural in any relationship. But I think once you're saying I'm entering this relationship and understanding why it's different and how it's different, there should be a little bit more care maybe going forward to ensure that you can, be the best person for that.
Yeah.
Whoever you're in a relationship with. Yeah, you took it serious. Bro.
I didn't need to do it, but it was so important. I was just like
nasty. I was trying to get her to like.
Okay, what was the other way to answer it?
Oh yeah, wrong answers only.
What was the question?
Let me go back. Yeah.
In a world where
every woman wants you, how do you decide what stands out?
Oh, wrong answers only.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yes, nigga. What you want
Brian.
What? It's not gonna be a wrong answer.
Right.
This nigga's gonna hear
I'm like
true feeling.
Wrong answers only.
Ooh.
I don't even know. I can't even think I don't know. Wrong answers only. I don't know. You're still in love with your ex?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
okay. We got quiet. My bad.
That'll be it.
That'll
do it.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Will do it.
Wrap it up.
It'll be coming out.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a jealous person?
I think I experience jealousy. Sure. I don't think I'm a jealous person, but do I experience jealousy? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not an
think we all
emotion
do.
you like go to frequently.
Mm-mm.
Good.
If I have to go there often,
hello.
I'm gonna check
Listen.
in with me first. Like, what is coming up? What insecurities is
Right.
speaking to? Because I got the checkpoints. I'm like,
there you
why do
go.
I feel
There you
this
go.
way?
This language and this constant
Let us know when the
reminder,
ebook's coming out on how to
Man, because I think that people would receive it.
compartmentalize
Well,
your
because
emotions.
that's why if I'm jealous,
Yeah, you're like, where's it coming from?
where
Where's
did
it
this come
stemming
from?
Yeah.
Who taught me this? Why do I feel
Yeah,
insecure?
who said when you do that means I'm
Right.
Yeah.
And then oftentimes I'm like, oh, this is some shit I felt here. Or if I could date it back further, it's like, oh, my parents used to give my brother
exactly
this
right.
attention. And
Exactly
I'm
right.
seeking this,
Everything
and-
does. It always goes right all the way back. But
also,
nobody,
bitch, you're not exempt because you did do
Okay.
something that looked a little
That's exactly
Little
right.
fishy.
Why are you making me feel some kind of way?
bit.
Don't do it.
But it's mostly on me. But you did.
Okay.
But it's mostly on me.
Not too much.
Wow. Yeah. The EQ. It's extreme. Let me see if I could give you one more of these silly questions. There's silly things in here. Chocolate chip or oatmeal?
Oatmeal.
Yeah? With
All
raisins?
day. With raisins.
What you make that face for? Tell me where you go and get a regular oatmeal cookie without no raisins.
Oh, we're talking about cookies. We're not talking about the bowl. I was
A
like,
bowl of
porridge
what?
all day.
Oatmeal.
A bowl of what?
Oatmeal.
Chocolate
you put
chip?
chips in your oatmeal?
No.
That
I
makes
have so many
So it was
questions.
just oats.
It was oatmeal
With
and
just oats.
let me just let you all know, when I do cook,
Ooh.
it's a good oatmeal. We put
Everybody
a
got
little
their dish. That's your dish?
little condensed milk in it, a
ooh,
little
you
really
immigrant.
island for
Immigrant.
that. You really island for that.
a little allspice.
You an immigrant, because let me tell you, my wife didn't know the difference between the condensed milk and the
Listen.
Canned milk.
yeah. I was
The
like,
evaporated milk?
evaporated.
The
I was like,
yeah.
that's the wrong thing. You couldn't tell the difference. There's nothing that she's
What?
ever needed to know.
It's the short can.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
And
Yeah,
It's
it's
amazing.
just not anything
so
that you
good.
ever needed to know. My wife is an oatmeal girl. When I started making that cream of wheat,
Oh.
it was like a life change.
Oh, yeah, girl.
People don't know.
You
People don't
introducing
know.
new things.
People don't know.
I love a
Listen.
cream of wheat.
People don't know.
You want to use honey in the bedroom? Let's use condensed milk.
Okay,
That was great. Okay, that was cool.
that was a little bit. That was a little unhinged.
I like
you was gonna
that.
pour.
Probably
It's
not
too
because I don't
thick.
want
let's
milk
dim,
to
really,
smell.
let's so
let's dim
thick.
these lights.
I'm really not into those sorts of things. Okay, caramel and bits. I'm not into none of that in that space. Don't make that face. What
Well,
that
no,
face
because it'll
mean?
give you a mean yeast infection. So
That's what I'm saying.
let's
It's not
be clear.
for that. Why are the kids?
It's not- kids
not
are.
for
For
that.
the movies only.
It's like, what are you
Fiction.
trying to make it taste like? This
Yeast.
is what it tastes like, right? Trying to bake a bread.
I
and,
want a hearty
bake
meal.
a loaf.
I want a
idiot.
hearty meal. Give me it.
Not hardo bread.
Shoot. Oh, hard bread. Listen.
That's wild.
That's an
Yogurt.
unhinged thing to say.
Yogurt.
I love this. I love how we got here. Naturally.
Once you start talking about yogurt, I want to backtrack. Okay, I want to. Once the cottage.
Was
is
it mac and cheese? What's the sound effect?
That's
We're
right.
going back to the
That
ASMR?
sounds a little bit better.
Period.
Okay, chocolate chip or oatmeal cookie. This nigga said just
It's
oatmeal.
That's my
Just
dish.
oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
That's
You don't put no
it.
fruit or nothing in it, just oatmeal.
No, I can't do fruit.
Hot fruit.
I don't.
That's
Oh,
gross.
I hate hot fruit.
That's crazy.
Like
I
I
can-
won't
I can
even.
barely
I
eat a
won't
pie.
even eat a
To this day.
pineapple.
Ugh.
Hello. I
A
won't eat
compote?
those.
Oh,
I will not eat those berries in that pie. The only hot fruit that I think is cute is gonna be an apple pie.
I
and
do say
that's
plantain
the
because that's
end
gonna
of
be
it.
me.
the
All
only
day
hot
fries
fruit we
and
like is
plantain.
plantain.
Thank you. Plátano. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unpopular opinion. I really don't like plantain.
I was so you seen I was over here silent. I was still talking about the other thing.
I
I
literally
think
just
I'm the
got three
only
from the grocery
African.
store.
I was trying to be
just got
culturally
three
relevant,
from the
but
I'm the
grocery
only
store.
West African that doesn't. You can boil
don't
it if you
like
want. You can
plantain.
fry it if you want. I'm never gonna eat them.
I understand. Like I get it
I get it.
culturally. I claim it. Plantain.
100%. That's why I
But-
stay
but
quiet.
no.
I'm always gonna side
I'm
with
not
y'all.
gonna
But the end of the day is like that's
I don't like
just
it.
not for me.
I don't like
Too
it.
much.
I don't like it. I like
all of
it.
a sudden, I'm judging both
because
of
I
you.
can't figure out.
All of a
is it
sudden,
safe?
I'm judging
It's
both of you.
So sweet.
Okay, but how do you make it? Because I feel like people who make
I made
it when
it
it's
every
not
way.
fully ripe,
Every way.
How can you tell it's green always?
No, it gets black. It'll get.
No, it gets black.
It'll get.
It's ripe.
That's exactly it.
It's
has
in
to
fact
be
probably
almost
rotting,
so
but not a
rich.
big deal.
Yeah, and it's perfect. You fry it hard. Yes,
like
absolutely.
it.
I'm gonna make you some. Okay,
I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
change your
Fine.
mind.
Say like you like it.
Mine.
Yeah. Most people do.
Love.
I'm
I'm back on the island.
I'm the only
Guineps are
African.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm the only African. Everybody that I know, they're like, "You're not eating the mango. You're not eating the plantains," and I'm just in the corner like, "I promise, I'm really Liberian." I be telling them.
You have to fight for your.
I do. I have to be
that
like,
card
"Don't
every
hold me.
time.
Don't hold
Give
me.
me it.
Don't
hold
hold
it against me.
Don't hold me."
Yeah, they be calling me a Yankee.
Oh,
Hard body.
That's
Yeah.
the worst.
But I take it.
that's
Yeah.
intense.
I'm like, fine. I
I
don't
feel
want
like
yellow yam
every
every
first
day.
gen
I mean,
immigrant had to go through it.
Yeah.
You're a Yankee.
I don't care. I'm trying to
I
be a
might be.
December. I'm
They're
trying
like,
to go
look,
back.
like your accent. I'm like, okay, chill out.
Not
Not too
your
much.
accent.
Not too much. I was born here.
Okay. I'm taking over the pod. Hella good pod. And I have hella good questions.
Okay.
Because I know all of us were thinking it, correct? I've been following you guys for a very long time. Love you down. But, okay. Question. Don't be offended.
Oh my god.
Or be offended. Or don't.
Get offended or don't.
Right. Either way, I'm asking.
Did we not... Did most of us think that they went together? Because I thought that they might have been in a... So did you all ever date?
Okay.
Or do you now?
Or do we now?
Right.
For those of us who actually follow, this nigga's lying.
That's
right.
We got full families.
We do.
What do I mean?
Separate families.
There are new families
Right.
in existence
New
as a
age.
family.
It's
modern
It's
family.
2023.
Modern families.
Yeah.
It's 2023. No, you're right.
It's 24. Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all do go together.
Put you up. Damn.
Because I'm still in the
Damn.
past.
Not you, but-
Because y'all do live to go together.
You're
You
right.
lying- You lying
You're
already.
right. Okay. Okay.
We do. We live on a compound.
Right.
Both of
Our
us have
kids are around
families.
naked all
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
It's our
We take
favorite.
care of all of them together. We swap as we need to. You know, we don't try to hold on to anybody's property.
Whatever
or
the
anything.
wind does.
This is a joke.
This is a joke.
Right.
This is a
Space.
joke. I'm gonna call it. Before it
Right.
gets
Right
too
now.
far.
Right now.
Again, if there's any families like this that exist, we support you. We love you.
We do. It's just not our dynamic.
Right. At all.
So y'all never went together ever?
No. Is
You're
that
not
what it's
like-
giving?
Well, I mean, kind of, because I know when we go like 76 weeks back, I don't
There
know
you
the
go.
date, but when we
Yeah.
go back, you were giving in heteronormativity of queerness.
Heteronormative.
I was the boy, and
You're
you
right.
were the not boy.
You were
You're
giving girl.
right.
You were giving
I
boy.
was giving nails.
Yes, you were
And
giving
slick.
contour. I don't know what
I
it is,
was.
but it was a thing.
I was
And then
giving
slick back
face.
bun, middle part, which was eaten. It
I
wasn't
was
eaten.
No, it was definitely eating.
Face,
Mm-hmm.
nails.
Mm-hmm.
I was living a lie. I'm just. I was still. You got. I was, like I said, for the last 6 years, I've been running a company. If I'm going to be very honest, I was running a white company in Orange County. I was living a
Understood.
life that was very protected in a certain kind of way, and I needed to present a certain kind of way to make the money that I needed to make.
Heard.
By any means.
Just like that. I'm not going to play with it too much. Since then.
So y'all never went together. That was honestly.
So let's
Last
get
one
back to
every
it.
time.
I never seen him. Never.
No.
Okay, cool.
Never seen him.
It was giving. I thought it was giving like. There's a lot of couples content that's out at the moment.
That's
So I was
true.
like, oh.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's
Maybe
a lot of
they go get it.
podcasts. No, it's so
Yeah.
funny. When we were at the GLAAD Black Queer Creative Summit,
Yeah.
we had just won the pitch competition for this podcast, which
Hey
shout
now.
out to
Yeah.
all y'all. Literally right after there's like a gala that night.
Oh my God.
We've been drinking, and
Go
not with real bartenders. By the
No,
way.
like
it
people
was
they
like
hired
just
off the
somebody
streets.
that
They're like, you want to come and switch some stuff and give it to
They
people.
were like, "This is the way you make a drink," and they never looked at it again. And then they just started giving everybody tequila with like a little ginger
a splash
spritz.
of wine.
Yeah. So we're in there faded. Somebody walks up to us like, "I just want to let you guys know." You know, they're like also
Right.
where we're at. You guys are amazing. You're so inspiring. We're like, "Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you," and we're like this.
Right.
Thank you, thank.
And they're like, we just want to see more couples. Skirt, skirt. Record scratch.
It was like,
Immediately.
yo,
Immediately
yo,
record
what?
scratch. SK's like, chill, what?
I was
Hold on.
like, "Huh?"
Stiff
They're like,
arm.
"How
What do you
long
mean?
have you guys been together?" And I was like,
6 months. I don't know. A year.
It just started.
Right. We just got here.
And then I realized what they were asking. I was
I
Right.
thought you guys were together.
like, "No,
Real bad.
So you
Then
guys
this
were
nigga
giving
said-
together energy.
Apparently.
But
But we
then-
also talk about this a lot, about like
Yeah.
platonic relationships, and we really feel like that's probably why we're going to keep fucking with people's heads.
Understood.
Yeah. I've probably never had a platonic relationship that has been so intimate. And I think that we talked about it before, but even my wife be like, You be saying I love you to that nigga when you get off. Like
every time.
I love that nigga.
And don't miss a beat because I'll call you back.
We need to talk about that because I think in queerness we have like platonic romance that we actually practice, and I'm sure everybody does. I don't know if everybody does.
I know that everybody does.
Right.
But there's a romance and like an intimacy that exists amongst homies, and I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's rare. It's rare for it to be massaged and like encouraged and nurtured in the way that I think we've nurtured ours, in the way that we've seen you nurture a lot of your relationships, which is why the likes go up, because it's like, oh shit, what's going on? Yeah, this is something I haven't experienced. You know, people are still trying to tell mask presenting people that they can't wear singles or weaves. You know, like we're still in a space where it's like you have to be a certain kind of way to say you're doing that. Yeah, and a lot of that comes with heteronormativity, and
so you just don't make up when you're drunk then.
No, unfortunately. Not yet.
Right.
I'm holding out hope, you know?
We just getting started though, so honestly.
I just think faking drunk.
5 years.
I didn't realize.
I still drunk.
You know? I just be faking. Who knows what it's going to be?
No, but we definitely promote platonic just relationships in general. It doesn't have to be. Yes. And if you love your people, show them love all the time. And at the end of the day, people gonna mistake that y'all be hunching. And that's okay. That's okay. We deal with that.
I think I was more taken aback.
You were like, what do you mean?
Like, what the fuck? No. I was like, this nigga thinks we're together. This nigga will just kiss you on the cheek. I'm like, listen. Right. They're telling us that we. She's like, come here. I'm like, stop.
Because if we're dealing with Bill Gates money, I'm
okay. I said whatever you need me to do.
Let's make out right now.
Okay. Because we're gonna make some shit shake.
Because one thing we gonna do is secure the bag
every time.
Don't make out with.
Well, you can do what you need to imagine happening.
This is Los Angeles. People are doing less to be gay for pay. Or more, I guess.
Okay, one more question. Yes. Do you guys consider yourselves studs?
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you answer.
I love this discourse because there was this person that went viral on like TikTok about someone calling them an Indian stud.
A what?
An Indian stud. They're like, I've never seen an Indian stud. Mega viral. They responded back being like, I could never be considered a stud. That's a culturally appropriate term for people with African descent.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. People in the comments, black people, they were like, that's not true. Everyone that dresses like a boy that's a girl is a stud.
That's because black people live in.
And I was just like, and then the discourse, I loved it because I was just like, wow, I feel like a lot of heteronormative people were just like, wait, what? This is something that's only for black people?
I mean, white people literally use the term butch.
Butch.
I've never used that term
to mask. Now it's being thrown around a lot.
But I think that mask cannot be adopted necessarily by white people, even if they used it first, because mask literally is an umbrella term.
Yeah,
like, butch, stud, those are colloquial. You know what I'm saying? They're terms that live in the culture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that those can be owned. I never want to be called a butch. I don't want to be called a stud either, just to answer the question.
Yeah, no.
But I think that, like, those are definitely
I think growing up very easily you identify with whatever makes sense. So like I dressed how I wanted to dress. So stud seemed like the right path. As I got older, I felt like they were like, oh, you can't let people touch you, or like you can't be feminine, you can't be soft. And I was like, that's not me. So very quickly I was like, I'm masculine presenting, and that's more so what I identify as, because I'm like, I don't want to be in a box ever. And I feel like when you put a label on something, people automatically have these like connotations that's like, oh, okay, so you're X, Y, and Z. No, I'm not.
Do you guys bottom in your relationships?
Bottom is such an interesting term. I feel like it came up in the last. It's like always existed. Yeah. Mal came to show us what she gonna do on her podcast. Like, nigga, don't get it twisted. Here's the thing. Yes, came about to read. Listen, gladly. No, I'm never gonna read you. Listen, I'm always.
We bring the backpack. We bring the backpack. We don't.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. I mean nothing.
So you can. Oh wait.
I brought tools, but
so you can bring the tool. You can bring tools for you to use on your own self.
And that's not what I said. My nigga Mal trying to take it to my nigga Mal trying to take it to hell. Look, that's not what I said. But the answer is yes. That's not what I'm saying. But I want to give space for the people. Like the other people that we didn't mention.
Talking shit.
So there's never a time that you take a little toolage.
That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Oh, nigga. That nigga was trying to fucking get it right.
The whole government coming out.
Let me be very clear. Not me.
It's a chest pad. It's a chest pad.
Safe space.
It's a safe space.
No.
So you never.
I'll be very close with you. You can ask it. The answer is yes, but the answer is no.
Got it.
Yes.
Period.
Boom. Just like that. Yes. Years of it. Then I came to terms.
Years of it.
Then I came to terms, and I was like, I'm never gonna do that.
Years of it with
men. Is that what you're asking me? If I took dick?
This is my favorite question. Okay.
Yes. I was trying to see what you're trying to go. Yeah, that's why it's her favorite question, because this nigga love to put that, love to talk about how
where's my Beyonce fan?
Okay, I just want to talk about the Gold Star elitists.
Okay.
Shut it down. Okay?
I hate it. I put her nose way up there. Trying to tell us about some shit.
Because I want to be clear, your pussy's not better than mine. Just
Gold Star. Do you feel like your top love language is physical touch?
No.
Same.
It's acts of service. I need you to
shine. It has to be a first gen thing.
It must be, because we're so tired of giving.
Yeah.
The first generation is like, help me. You see that I always am giving you this coffee before you even think about asking for it.
Right.
The least you could do is
me.
Be like, I know that nigga can't reach the back.
And it's words of
affirmation. Let me put a little love in the middle of the back.
Love languages need to be altered for people that are first gen.
I think that you don't even put that physical touch shit in there.
Like, that's the last for us.
Okay. All the time, because
it's acts of service and it's words of affirmation. Because our families haven't been beating us down and moving the goalpost our entire life.
And that is going to be gifts for me, because unfortunately they've conditioned me to think that that's the American way.
That's how you show love. That's how you show love. That's how you show love. That's how you show love.
Unfortunately, you told me I have to be like this, and they put something in my hand, and then I say I love you so much. That's what they told me is how it works.
Listen, y'all.
So that's what they told me. So I think you're right.
Okay, so then what I've deduced from this whole conversation right now is that they did used to go together. They don't go together anymore. They got families. They're doing different stuff. They're very progressive in their lives. My good Judy SK, it did take a little deep back in the day, but don't do it no more.
No.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
Didn't even know it. It's only wrong if you never enjoyed it. Stop. Get up.
Get up.
Wherever you are, who are the people we've been talking to all this time, get up.
That part.
Raise yourself. There's somebody out there who is happy to lay you in pillow.
That part.
You pillow for a princess for the rest of your life. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't have to do that.
You're in the wrong place.
So it's a Gold Star. And I think that's fine. And also, it's actually none of our business what they're doing in their bedroom. So if you're tuning in now,
that's really the underlying message. Yeah.
If you only came here for this part, fuck off. Yeah. And I know you came here to know mouth, give me and didn't touch it.
Jokes on you. Yeah. Jokes on you.
Giving head?
Mm-hmm.
What? To who?
See, now you're taking the difference. And did you want to share who you were giving head to?
I wasn't saying we're talking about if you give head to the strap.
Wait a minute.
That's a discourse. We give a head to the strap?
No.
Are we?
The answer is no.
No, in general.
No.
Have you never tried it before?
What? To put the strap in your mouth?
Yeah.
No. When I was 16, when I was 14 years old.
I don't care. I absolutely have.
When I was 15? No, definitely in high school.
You've never tried it, Soy?
In my mouth? A strap in my mouth.
Just to see?
I'm just going to pass out because this is extreme.
Are you kidding me? Why would you just
other than having it on and having it whacked?
High five me for giving us the greasiest conversation you ever get
in my mouth.
You don't want to you're not curious?
No,
because I feel like I was gonna say if I wanted a thing in my mouth, I would have probably just gone and trying to get the real one. I don't know.
No, that's not the same.
Is it not the same?
No. I was well past that.
I feel like you guys are just.
No, they're not. No, that's a lot.
It's giving.
That's not even true. If I have the hakaluga, I could probably. Doesn't matter.
See, that's too.
I'm absolutely.
That's too much.
You guys
can
tell.
Give it up.
You guys can tell.
That's too much.
But I would definitely try. I was curious. I want to see.
I can't say that I would. Definitely in my young age.
Okay, I by myself.
No, you're not. I'm telling you, I've done it.
Right, there you
in
go.
my young
It
age. It just wasn't last week. I know. Nobody wants to talk about how you're close to 40, stuck in the shop. Nobody wants to talk about that.
That's insane.
That's unhinged. Is she insane?
I'm drinking my water.
Nobody wants to talk about that. We were trying to give you a moment.
I didn't say I was doing it. I just said that I might have.
It's happened at one point in my life.
It was like, want to see what I can do?
Listen, when
Matt
sat down,
this nigga lost
the mic went like this one time.
Yeah.
My nigga never moved. One time.
And guess what I did?
My nigga said,
sent my boy a video.
Ooh, I know you did. I seen that camera up. I said, I know what you own.
Look at me.
I know what you own.
Just on the mic is the queen.
Nah, let me get real clear right now. I definitely don't do that.
Okay.
But I have tried it because because I'm curious and I feel like I should know what I'm subjecting my partner to.
Fair.
Your partner,
a wholesome individual.
I have so many questions down, and I know we don't have the time for this.
We don't.
Shoot them up. No, we don't.
I don't know. I know people try to give me grief about loving to wear the strap because you can't even feel anything. I can't find the value in sucking it. And I'm stressed out, and I want to ask more questions.
I'm in the place of abundance and privilege. I'm just curious.
That's where we want to live our whole lives. We want to live our entire lives.
You know how rich people try weird stuff?
That's it. They do. They try all kinds of weird shit because they got extra money.
That's it. In time.
So much.
You know what I do?
In time.
That's it.
You did it because you had to. Now it's like you did it because you had to. I was like, right. I did it because I wanted to. Right.
Because I'm rich.
Right. Hold on.
Time.
Flight's not till 6.
With that being said,
listen, y'all.
Mal has an appointment.
Okay.
And we know what she's up to. So we gotta call this.
I'm not up to what you guys think.
No. We gotta call this.
This is business.
We don't know. We're not here to make the rules. But what I know is that this was amazing.
Yes.
Why we got a little greasy towards the end.
Okay, because y'all know how we do.
Yeah. Yuri and Constantine gonna have to edit some of this shit. That was an extreme conversation. But we love you. Yeah. We're very, very, very grateful. Amazing. We're all cousins now.
That's it, y'all. We can. And this was hella good.
Also, I encourage you guys to find community where you can play safe in and they won't weaponize it or victimize you or any of that, where you can play safe and you know that it's all love when you walk away from it and it's all fun and games. So
all fun and games.
Thank you, all love.
This was hella good.
This was hella good. That's right.
Thank you, Yuri.